All right, hello everybody. My name is Trey Ryder. I am the founder of Forging Life, and today I wanted to talk to you about different steps to stay or get motivated. Now, most of us, I know I did, I always had problems being motivated or finding ways to keep myself going. And if you're much like me, this may be able to benefit you. So I'm going to go through 5 different steps today in this video to hopefully help you guys out. And this is just a small taste of what I have actually working as well. If you're interested in a goal setting workshop, I definitely have that available for you guys. The link will be down below, so make sure you come join us for that. So other than that, the very first step that I want to talk to you about is the first and foremost, have a clear objective or goal. And then when you have these, make sure that you go through and you set up micro goals. So a goal is going to be the end product. Maybe it's a clean house. Well, we don't just go and say, I want the whole house clean. It starts somewhere smaller. So just by chunking things down, it's definitely a big help in getting to that end goal. So when we look at the house, for instance, if you have to clean a bathroom, if you have to clean the living room, a bedroom or 2 bedrooms, and you have a kid coming through that is messing the stuff up behind you, it is so demotivating, right? But when we sit there and we break these into micro chunks or micro goals, then it's going to be a lot easier to say, hey, look, I got this win today. So make sure you have that clear, defined goal. So that's your step number 1. Number 2 is declare it publicly, or not just publicly, but have an accountability partner. Now, there's actually websites out there that you can actually join, and it will, you have like different time slots, and I'll actually provide the link down below too if that's of interest. But if there's things that you need to get done and you need somebody to push you, you can go onto this website and somebody else has that same time frame and is just keeping each other accountable. Maybe you have a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's another great way as well. So declare it. Get your information out there and say, this is what's going on. And make sure it's the proper support. I know I fall victim to it as well. My wife talks about it sometimes, and I don't always fully support her. And guess what? It falls down to the ground. So make sure you have the right thing. Make sure you're both communicating on what specifically needs to happen. Because a lot of times what fails our communication is just that. It's she's wanting to do this and I decide to do the other thing, or vice versa. Maybe I'm trying to do something and she decides to do something else. So have that clear public accountability partner. Hopefully that will help you out and push you. One of the things when we were doing financial training, that was a huge step for us. We had that accountability partner, that certified accountant, and we had to show up every day, or not every day, but for each appointment to get there. So that's a great way to have a coach. That's what I do. There's other people. When I sit here and I have problems, I always reach out to coaches, right? Because they are my accountability partner. So maybe that's something for you as well. Maybe you can reach out, or you have a coach. Make sure that they're holding you accountable. So that's step number 2. And then when we get into step number 3, I want to talk about the awareness. It's the awareness and lack of drive. We can all sit there and be motivated, and then all of a sudden we start slowing down. And if we have that awareness that, yes, and you're like, Trey, I know this. I feel it all the time. Well, I understand that. But just being aware and understanding you're in that position, and there is something that you can do to get out of that funk. And I'll talk about that at the end. And that actually entails about some of our dopamine and the other things. So as I go through the next couple steps, then we'll get into that. So step number 3 is just the awareness and the lack of drive. Feel it, understand it, be present with it, and then say, what can I do to get out of this? And we'll talk about that in regards to dopamine. So getting into number 4, I love what this is. It's Eat the Frog First. And this is actually by Brian Tracy. I think he has a book on it as well. And it's helping with procrastination. And he talks about eating the frog first. So what does that mean? Ultimately, you're taking one of the biggest tasks that you have throughout the day. And during that task, you want to make sure that's your first thing you do. For me, with 5 children running around the house, my wife as well, we have a lot of things going on. And my best time is first thing in the morning. So I challenge you guys to eat that frog first. Get out there, understand what the biggest goal is. Maybe you have to go get the car fixed, and that's your biggest goal for the day. Well, go do it. Make sure it's first thing in the morning, because as soon as you actually get that first win, that first accomplishment, all of the other things become a lot easier. So eat the frog first, figure out what exactly is going to be the biggest needle mover for your day, and put that first. And the last step that I have for you guys is number 5, is set up a reward system. Maybe you get up in the morning and it's in order for you to do what you need to do to get things done, maybe that reward is making sure you leave your phone alone. Don't touch it. That's your reward for once that accomplishment is done. Or maybe it's, hey, we'll go out and have ice cream. Or whatever your reward will be, just make sure that you set one. Because everybody loves rewards. It comes down to 2 things. It's a reward or a punishment. And the punishment comes down to you not doing anything, and you're living in that same environment, that same lack of drive, motivation, and not getting anywhere on your goals. So those are the 5 steps. I'll run through them really quick, and then I want to actually talk about the dopamine really fast. So step number 1, have a clear objective and goal. Step number 2 is declare that publicly or have an accountability partner. Number 3, awareness and lack of drive. That number 4, eat the frog first. And the last one is set up a reward system. So hopefully this will help you guys out a little bit throughout your day, and you can start implementing these throughout your week as well. The lack of dopamine, it actually has an impact on your motivation. And how can we actually raise the dopamine levels within our body? There's several, actually all of the steps are easy. It's just a matter of wanting to do them. Number 1 is like the biggest that I can talk about is getting enough sleep. If we are failing to get enough sleep, our brain is clouded throughout the day, and it doesn't allow us to actually have all of our information downloaded into our subconscious mind as well. So it's very important. The sleep, there's a lot more to sleep than just that, but that's your step number 1 is, are you getting enough of it? Then the other one, maybe you need some dopamine hits, is listen to music that lifts you up. I was actually doing this the other day. I was really tired. I was sitting there driving in the car. A lot of times I'm listening to personal development or books, and I was like, man, I just really can't do this anymore. I said, I need some music. I need something that's going to lift me up that I can sit there and sing along with. And I turned the audio book off, and I pumped up the music, and next thing I know, I had a lot more energy. So listening to music definitely helps out. I had it help me out earlier this week. Another way to increase that dopamine is meditation. Just sit back and be able to clear your thoughts. If you're trying to meditate and you have all these thoughts going on, well, maybe you should stop meditating really quick, grab a piece of paper and pen, write it all down, get back to meditating. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is eating healthier. Just by changing your diet, a lot of things in your body will also change for the better. So those are the different steps to help you out with dopamine. Hopefully this whole information here will help you out. If you need more information, if you want to actually jump into the goal setting masterclass with me, that will be available. Check out the links below and you will have that. You can always reach out to me as well on my Facebook page. the Forging Life podcast community, that's all there as well. So you guys, I hope this helps out. And as always, make the rest of your day the best of your day.